I managed to go from a 45 3-dart average to around a 72, 73 3-dart average in 30 days. And in this video, I'm going to be going through all the techniques that I did and the way that I did it, and hopefully you guys can do it too as well, because it worked for me, so I don't understand why it wouldn't work for you guys as well. So let's get into this video. Let's have a look at exactly what I've done just to make this thing possible, and I'll try and give you my suggestions on how you can do it, and hopefully you guys can improve your averages too. But anyway, guys, let's get into it. Guys, before we get into this, there are 56.3 of you guys sat right there who aren't subscribed. We hit 14,000 subscribers the other day, which is awesome. Really, really happy with 14,000. But I'm going to be doing a giveaway at 15,000. I feel like 15,000 is a nice round number that I can do some giveaways and stuff. So if you want to get me to 15,000 subscribers, then there might be something in it for you guys as well. I'll try and bring out some cool stuff, some flights, some stems, some darts, things like that. I've got plenty of crap here in my room of dart stuff that I'm sure you guys would make much better use of. So, but yeah, help me to get to 15,000 subscribers. That'd be amazing. Okay, so we're on my channel here, and the video that I want to talk about is this one here. It is, I practiced like a professional dart player for 30 days. Now, this video is probably my favorite video on my channel. It has 147,000 views, which is like really, really good. But if I get to a point where in the video where I talk about my average, I averaged 45.89. So that's not good. Okay, so 45.89 is what I averaged when I started this challenge. And when I got to the end of this challenge, 4 legs, 73.32 I think the average was. 73.32, so my average has gone up nearly 30 points, which I think is pretty damn good for a 30-day challenge. So I'm going to be going through this video, telling you guys exactly what I did to make that goal achievable. So the first thing I want to get into before we go into practice games and things like that is really, it's going to be down to your own determination and whether you want to achieve this. Because back then, like if you watch me now, I'm not that level of dart player anymore. I'm not like a mid-70 dart player because I just don't practice anymore. I play on stream and I mess around, but I don't practice anymore. So my game has dropped just as fast as it went up as well. That's what happens when you don't practice. But the determination is going to be the most important part, because if you don't have the will to do it, you're never going to do it, if that makes sense. It's never going to be a thing that happens. So the determination is going to be the most important part of this whole thing. So if you want to do it, then make sure that you really want to do it. So for me, my determination wasn't actually being a better dart player. My determination was that I wanted to make the best possible video that I could, and the way to do that was to really try. I had to really go for it. I had to really practice, and I had to really take it seriously, because the whole premise of the video was that these techniques will work. So if I don't improve, then my video sucks and I've wasted 30 days. So my personal determination was to make the best video possible. For you guys, it should be darts related, unless you are making a YouTube channel like I do. But it doesn't have to be like, I want to get better at darts. A lot of you, it will be that. But some of you, it might be, I want to beat my friend who always beats me, or I want to beat my dad, or I want to beat my brother or something. You want to actually set yourself a goal and stick to it, and have a goal in mind when you're doing this whole thing, because that's what's going to be important. Okay, so that's that bit out of the way. If you're determined, you can achieve this without a doubt. But anyway, I want to go through everything that I did step by step, and I want to try and explain to you how you can get better in just 30 days. So the first thing is going to be your practice hours, how much time you need to put into the game to get as good as you can be. So I set myself a goal of trying to get 20 hours a week of practice in. I didn't always do 20 hours, sometimes it was 15, but every single week it was between 15 and probably 25 hours practice. So I was practicing a lot. I wasn't necessarily practicing every day either, but I probably practiced 5 or 6 days a week for 3 hours-ish a day. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. So in those 3 hours, what I would do was I would spend the first hour, the first 45 minutes to an hour, just throwing. I would be trying to hit 180s, because practice games don't allow you to hit 180s unless you're playing practice legs. If you're doing checkout games, you're never going to hit a 180 in a checkout game, because there's no need to hit a 180 in the checkout game. So for me, I used to spend the first 45 minutes to an hour just going for 180s, because that is the goal, isn't it? The goal is to hit 180s. Everyone loves 180s. Everyone loves playing well, and everyone loves to hit them. If you've hit one at home, you know what the feeling's like when you hit a 180. So I'd spend the first 45 minutes to an hour just hitting 180s. It's a good way to get my rhythm going. It's a good way to get my arm going. It's a good way to have something at the end of it to say, oh, at least I hit one 180 tonight, or at least I hit 2 180s tonight. Or if you're a lot better, maybe you hit like 4 or 5 180s in that first hour. But it's just a nice thing to come away from and say, look, I did this today. So the first 45 minutes to an hour was just practice, getting warmed up, getting ready to take the session seriously. So after that, I would play darts practice games, and I made a video on my channel on darts practice games. You can click the link at the top corner if you want to go and watch that as well. But I'm actually going to go through a couple of the games on there right now, so let's have a look at those. Okay, so the video is called 3 Professional Darts Practice Games for Checkouts. Play like a pro.
What's up, everyone?
So, in this video, I went through some practice games and stuff, but we're going to be having a look at 2 games in particular that I like to play. Okay, so this is me explaining how the first game works. I call it up 10, down 1. I don't know if it has a real name or anything, but this is the name that I called it. So let's just watch this.
So practice routine number 1. It doesn't really have a name. I call it up 10, down 1 because that's basically the idea of the game. But what you do is you start at 80. And if you check out 80 in 3 darts, you only get 3 darts for this. If you check out 80 in 3 darts, you go up 10 points to 90. If you miss 80 in 3 darts, you go down 1 point to 79. So if you hit it once and got up to 90, and then you miss it, you go down to 89. So if you hit it, you go up 10. If you miss it, you go down 1. That's basically the idea of it. But yeah, let's have a look at me playing it, and I'll show you a bit more, and hopefully you'll understand how to play this game. Okay, so I won 80 in the first round of this game, so I've gone 20, 20, and then double top. So that's 80 completed, so I'm now on the 90. So I have to hit 90 now, and I go single 20, treble 20, double 5.
Okay, so I feel like that's enough of an explanation of how the game 80 works. What you do is you go up 10 if you hit the checkout, you go down 1 if you miss the checkout. Now, what I tend to do for this game is to play it in 3 darts, because when you play it in 3 darts, you give yourself a little bit of pressure, because that's what you need to improve. You need a little bit of pressure to improve, and I like this game because it forces pressure. There's another game that I'll show you in a minute which doesn't force as much pressure, but this one really forces pressure. So this game, I think this is probably the best game you can play. I really enjoy this game. So I would spend probably an hour playing this game. I'll try and get up as high as possible. Also with this game, you do get a nice little goal to hit as well, because you can set yourself a high score and you can try and beat it. So I think the best I've ever got to is like about 150. I might have checked out 140, and that's where I've got to. So if you can beat that, then you're much better player than I am. And I've played this game a lot as well. So yeah, it's a difficult game, but it really, really forces you to be under pressure, because you have 3 darts in your hand every time, and you have to check it out regardless. So it's kind of like pretending that your opponent's on a finish when you're about to throw. You need to go out, and if you don't, you're going to lose or you're going to miss. So that's the first game. You can play that with a friend as well. If you want to alternate shots, so if I go for 80 and I miss it, my friend goes for 79. And also, you might be at home right now in isolation going, well, I haven't got any friends to play with because they're all not here. But you can play with your friends. All you have to do is ring them up, phone them, put them on loudspeaker. You don't need webcams for this game, because it's not a you versus them. It's a you and them versus the game. So as long as you're both being truthful to yourselves, it doesn't matter, because that's the whole point of the game, is to try and get as high a score as possible. So for this game, ring your friend up, put it on loudspeaker, and so just say like, look, we're playing this game. If you check out 80, then let me know and I'll go for 90. If you miss it, you let me know, I'll go for 79. And you just keep working back and forth. It's a really, really easy game to play over the phone as well, or on webcam, or wherever you want. It's a really, really easy game to play, and you haven't got to worry about cheating because you're both on the same team. Okay, so after you've played that game, you've probably spent about 2 hours playing darts at this point. And after this is when you decide what do you do for the last 45 minutes, the last hour, however more time you want to play the game. I would definitely say 45 minutes to an hour warming up, a good hour playing the up 10, down 180 checkout game. And then after that, it's going to be a little bit more up to you. If you want to go online and play dart players, then that's good. That's also good practice. If you want to just chill, you want to go back to throwing 180s, that's also good practice. You've done the bulk of your practice in this session by going for checkouts. The checkouts is the way forward, by the way. When it comes to improving your game, you practice checkouts, you practice everything. You practice your trebles, you practice your doubles, and you practice hitting big singles. And you do it all under pressure as well. So after that, I like to play this game. So if you watch this game, it's a pretty simple game called 1-2-1. You probably already know how to play this game.
This game is called 1-2-1, and the premise of it is to check out 121. Now, like the last game, if you check it out, you go up, and if you miss it, you go down. If you check out 1-2-1 in 9 darts, because you get 9 darts for this, you only go up 1. If you miss it in 9 darts, you only go down 1. So it's a hard game to climb, but you get a lot of opportunities to score, and you get a lot of opportunities to hit the finishing because you get 9 darts at 1-2-1. You should really probably be giving yourself 4 to 6 darts at a double every single time, so you can climb.
Okay, enough of that. Anyway, 1-2-1, you guys probably know how to play 1-2-1. If you want to find out how to play these games fully, then go to this video. It's a good video. You can go and check it out. But yeah, go and play 1-2-1 as well. That's another game I like to play, and or legs as well. Play legs. Once you've had 2 hours worth of practice, 2 hours worth of good practice, it's a good time to go and play some legs with your friends. You can do that online. You can play 1-2-1 online as well. 1-2-1's another easy way you can play it online with friends over the phone or over Skype or Zoom or whatever you want to use. It's a really, really easy way of playing that game as well, that one, because there's no opponents. It's just you and your friend against the game. So you've got that game as well. So for me, that is all I would do. When it comes to practice, I'd have 45 minutes to an hour would be warming up, hitting 180s. Then I'd do the up 10, down 1 game. I normally do it with a friend. It's a lot more fun with another person, I must admit. It does get a little bit boring if you do it on your own, but I had someone who I played darts with for a long time, so I used to play with him all of the time with this game. And then the last sort of half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, hour, whatever spare time that you've got that you want to put into the game, play whatever you want, really. Do 1-2-1. Do 80 again. Continue playing 80. Sometimes you get on a bit of a streak and you get up to like the 120, 130 mark, and you kind of get excited when you get onto finishes, and it gets a lot better when you're up past 120, I must admit. It does get quite exciting. But then after that as well, I entered myself in as many darts competitions I could locally. Now, if you're still under isolation, that's not obviously a ability. It's not obviously something you can do right now, but there are so many online darts leagues at the moment. You can just go and play in them, or if you just want to play for fun, go play on NO1, NACA, or whatever it's called, or LI Darts. Play on one of them. Obviously, you're going to get some cheats, and there's nothing you can do about it, but it's good for replicating a real-life scenario of playing darts. I play in an online darts league which replicates a real-life darts scenario unbelievably well. So get yourself in a league and just play. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. You might hit some 180s, you might hit some big scores, you might see some big improvements. But yeah, anyway guys, that is basically how I went from a 45 average to a 73 something average in the space of just 30 days. And it's really, really simple. I did the same sort of thing week in, week out. I practiced the same way, day in, day out. It didn't get boring to me because I enjoyed the practice games that I was playing. So that obviously that helps. And yeah, see what you can do, guys. If you do set yourself a 30-day challenge, then record your average first. Make your average, record your average, and record your average and let me know what your average is, and then after 30 days let me know what your average is again, because there will be some improvement. But anyway guys, let me know in the comment section below if you would like to try this challenge, and I'll try and help you out as much as I can in Twitter DMs or Instagram or anything like that. And yeah, anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like on it, subscribe if you're brand new. We're on the road to 15,000 subscribers. We've got a nice little giveaway coming up at 15,000 subscribers. And yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!